try and do something about that. This is for the Campo Leadership Issue Report.
And Kevin Perlin, Chris Steer, Mana Masatabi, and Natalie Russell.
So Chris and I are doing the video part, and we are going to interview some people on what they think of the lunch lines. We're going to go inside the lunch line and see what's really happening in there.
We're really going to delve deep into the lunch line, because in order to understand the lunch line, you got to be the lunch line. You know, you really got to delve into the psyche of the lunch line.
Right. We're going to go around asking people questions on what their thoughts are on the lunch line and their experiences in it.
My bagel, first of all, it sucks. It cost 25 cents for like a piece of crap and cream cheese, and it took me a half an hour to get this.
But they had to do
and it sucked.
Look at the masses of people here. Just look at all these ignorant cretins as they swarm like a giant school of anchovies, pushing and shoving, pushing and shoving, and none of them are going to get out alive. Awesome.
As of right now, Chris is getting into the lunch line. He's getting into this mess to get food. How you doing, Chris? You hanging in there?
Barely!
I used to get food from here. It used to be good. Then the line got old and long and boring. Now it takes over 45 minutes to get my food, and it's outrageous, and the food is awful and it's crap. Stay in there, buddy.
This is Kyle Corkle and other boys making a scene in the lunch line.
Kevin, I'm gonna take the 75-cent BJ. I don't know about the 150. I want the $1.50. Would. Where's my nachos? Alright, the food here in the lunch lines, the food is old, it is stale, and it is not that good. We need new food, better food, and more people working here so we can get the food quicker.
How long have I been waiting in line? God only knows. God only knows.
God only knows.
This is this is a dramatization of someone just getting out of the lunch line.
There's something in there, man. There's some shit in there, man. I'm fucking scared. I'm out of here. All that for nothing.
Although I've never had to use the lunch line, one of my friends once told me that it's a very unpleasant experience. About the lunch line, I think it's an improper name for it because there really isn't a line, it's more of just chaos.
I think the lunch lines, they're way too long. They're pretty ridiculous.
They should have free samples while you're standing in line so you have something to do while you're having this boring experience. I mean, free samples are always great. And I'm hungry when I stand in line. Isn't it a good idea?
The lunch lines are like a communist regime in Russia.
81 orange?
80, yeah, thanks. The lunch lines are like a regime of communism in Russia. And it's like you're getting hung by your feet with laser beams and chains and chainsaws and abortion clinics. And it's like waiting in line for a pretzel. It's like an abortion.
They have the rope things. I think the cafeteria is just full of too much hate and anger. You walk in there and it's like a flashlight. You see cafeteria ladies, they're just yelling at everyone they can see. I mean, the second after you stand in line, you just want to wring someone's throat. It's like there's too much tension in that room. I think it needs some therapy.
I think the students at Campo are really cooperative in the food lines. For the number of kids that want food, they're usually pretty good. There's very little cutting, and most of them are pretty respectful. So I'm grateful that they do as well as they do.
I think students are, for the most part, pretty well behaved in the lunch line. I know they're focused on getting the good, nutritious food that is served in the cafeteria, and so they're willing there to spend some extra time waiting patiently in line to get a good meal.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Mack. Sure.
I don't know if we get food in the cafeteria, what I do. The lines are kind of disorganized. Like, I don't know. It's kind of part of the fun, though. Like, everyone's everywhere and yelling, and so, yeah. Okay.
Good, thanks.
I think a good solution for the problem is to have lines like in theme parks with metal rails to direct people towards the right employee.
So what do you want? Yeah, the lunch lines fucking suck, and they got rid of the Chinese lady now, and there's a new Mexican lady that doesn't know anything, and she's like, how much is this, $5, $7, or $6? And then you're like, oh yeah, it's $2. She's like, okay, $2, and then you give her $3, and she gives you like $2 more in change, and so you totally fuck with her because she's from Mexico.
Why not? Kevin, I hate you. Say, my love is Kevin, turn it on. I need you more than anyone. Kevin, I'm not coming. No, don't let me break your heart. Fill me up, baby. Pass it around. The worst one. I don't know what it is. So right now it's fifth period, sitting in geology, which is the biggest pathetic class I've ever taken. Basically, we sit around and do jack shit. We could like fly across the classroom and like throw binders and she had no fucking clue. She's a complete moron. This class is the biggest ADD class I've ever experienced other than my math class.
This is the K data sheet. And
Okay, but I'm not gonna type it. Okay.
we use this to record all the K's that Mrs. Kelson said. She says, and that's what she does. And this is Joey Carson. How you doing? What do you have to say, Joey?
Shut up, guys. He's trying to help with my homework.
Joey, what do you have to say?
Okay.